later tonight, a November snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First and 10, Eason. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Eason on second down. His throw incomplete. Darnell Mooney the target there. And it's third down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. They run out of the gun with Swift. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
They'll throw on first down with Eason. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw again, Eason. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And it's third down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
To throw on third down, Eason. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
2nd down. Here's Eason. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Given 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That's complete, right around the 8. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. From the gun is Eason. Dancing to his left. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Number 8, Lamar Jackson on the keeper. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Jackson. That's complete to John Ross. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. John Ross hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Set to kick off.
Rosas now to kick this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll go down at the 28. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Throwing is Eason. Gets this one a use check. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. There's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there. You might out of a smaller back. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Here's Swift. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. From the gun, Eason. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
To
Calvin Ridley. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Bears 10, Vikings 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, you want those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. John Ross, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings have once again, taking the lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Swift. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Forced out to his left. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal lapse words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This time, Jackson will throw it. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. Jackson from the shotgun. A desperation heave for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken out for a Viking touchdown. John Ross on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Bears 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Operating from the gun, Eason. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Chicago.
From the gun, Eason. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Deron Payne, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Eason. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They give him a gain of 38. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Escaping the pressure right. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Eason. And he's got his man on the out route. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Second and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, it's Jackson. Going deep down. This is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the play. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
And good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kenny Galladay, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
4-yard line.
Eason sets to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
8-yard pickup.
Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. Here's Swift. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Wrapped him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end, you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Eason. This one caught by Ridley. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 15 yards on the play. First down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. Now a carry for Swift. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
The tackle made by...
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Darnell Mooney with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a completion left side. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
They go play action now. Jackson. Oh, ball down in the air. Now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
1st and 10.
That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
At the 39-yard line.
is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On second down, Swift. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
From the gun, Eason. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Back to the air on second down. Eason looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Third down.
On third down, Eason going up top. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter. And now on the pitch, the Bears loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. 3 yards the game there, second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
Here's Eason to throw. Flushed out right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Steps away to his left. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. They're going on fourth down. Here's Eason. Steps away. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. He's at the 50. The 30. 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right there, and that pick six will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get, so really you're almost at the point of no option. Have to go for it. Bottom line, though, is defenders know that as well. They know you got to throw the football. Had the right defense call, able to make a nice play on the ball, and that's all she wrote.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
To throw again, Eason. He's going to try and go deep again. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 46. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Throwing again. Jackson. They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Eluding the pressure right. This to Jarwin. He's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
10 at the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Again, Jackson. Stepping up. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
Now down the middle of the field. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
And the
Eason.
1st down.
He'll buy some time right. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Now Eason. Buying time to his left. And his throw is incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And now it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw again. Eason sliding out of the pocket. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Eason going to try and throw for it. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way down to the 5. Big play there from McCaffrey. 57 yards. Not sure exactly what he saw that made him decide to hand it off, but a great decision and a fantastic run.
From our vantage point, what he saw was a defense that got out of its lanes, got out of its gaps, and they were pretty much running to the quarterback, viewing him as the bigger threat. And look at that wide open space, and he rumbled for big-time yardage.
Today's final score.